Hello, welcome back to Cooking with Chris. This week we're off to Russia. Not strictly speaking, we're doing a Chicken Kiev, which was invented by a Russian chef in Kiev. That's why it's called a Chicken Kiev. I've had a few people ask me to do it, they're not quite sure how. It's quite simple, so we've got these few ingredients, not too many, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, let's get on, we'll see you in a while. For this week's recipe you will need panko breadcrumbs, plain flour, butter, chicken breast, single cream, parsley, roasted garlic and eggs. And whatever vegetables you want to use with this, we use spinach. Right, the first thing you need to do is to mix some parsley in with some softened butter. Doesn't matter whether you really chop the parsley up because it's going to get all mixed and squashed in. I found this butter a little bit hard, so in the end I just gave it a little quick blast in the microwave just to make it a bit easier to move about. Preferable if you use butter that's a bit more softened than this. There we are, there's the one mixed up. Put it into a piece of cling film, because what we're going to do now is to wrap it in the film and then form it into a sausage shape and then put it into the fridge or the freezer to firm up so that later on we can put this inside the Kiev. Bet you didn't know that's how the chicken got the Kiev. There you are, so you now know. There we are, just wrap it up, put it in the fridge, and the next step, get your chicken, get a sharp knife and poke a hole in the middle. Right, there we are, the hole's in the chicken, and now cut up some of the garlic butter and stuff it inside. Be careful how you put it in because it's quite easy to put too much in and split the skin. So push that in there firmly all the way down, and then you get the oyster of the chicken, which is the bit left over when you cut the breast, and put that in the end. Once again, not too hard, can be a little bit fiddly, but put that in, and that prevents the garlic butter from coming out when you cook it. Trim it off, and there we are. Now the next thing we have to do is to put this into breadcrumbs, milk, egg, and that is what they call in French to paner. So here you can see I'm putting some seasoning on the chicken, some salt and pepper, and then going from one side to the other we have plain flour, which I'm dipping it in now, both sides, roll it over, and you might notice that I French trim this chicken. That's where you can see the bones sticking up. Once the flour is done, we then put it into the egg mixture and do that both sides, turn it over, make sure it's fully coated, and then from there put it into your panko breadcrumbs. It gets a bit sticky here, sometimes it's better to have a dry hand, but with a piece of chicken that big it's a bit difficult to do. So once you've done that, put it back into the egg again, and then we're doing that so that when we put it back into the breadcrumbs it then makes it extra crispy when you cook it. So there we are, coat it all over in the panko, make sure it's all covered, and that's then done. Right, we're putting on some spinach, just takes a couple of seconds to wilt down with a little bit of cream in it to go with it. Right, temperature is 160 degrees, we're dropping the chicken in there, that will cook for 6 minutes. If you don't have a deep fat fryer, shallow fry it and then finish it off in the oven. That looks quite good. So we bring it out and now we put the spinach on the plate, and there we are, that's finished. As I say, we use spinach, but use whatever vegetables you want. There's the Russian flag. Okay, I've done it. Chicken Kiev with cream spinach. Very easy to do, very simple, just follow the instructions. Saves you a fortune on buying it from the shop, and as you can see, it's a lot bigger than the regular size that you'll get. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed us making this video. Please like and subscribe, it really does help us. And thanks for filming, Jack, and your editing. And we'll see you next week with something else a little bit different. See you then, bye bye.